Hi, welcome back to Feather and Flow Yoga, or if you're new here today, hello, welcome. My name is Vicky. Thank you for joining me for this slow and steady morning yoga flow. So we're going to be working on preparing both body and mind for the day ahead, bringing some energy into the body, letting go of any tightness or tension, and also helping to clear the mind. So I want to get started right away in a comfortable seat on your mat. So you can have your legs crossed, or you can have one foot out in front of the other like I have. And then when you're ready, lengthen through the spine, sit up nice and tall. Bring your right hand down to the right, and as you breathe in, reach up with your left arm, reaching over the body for a side body stretch. Pause here, and you can choose to look down at the ground in front of you, or to turn your head to look out under the left arm. Bringing your awareness right away to the breath, focusing on the inhales and the exhales as you bring space to the side body. From here, turn to look down at your right knee, and as you exhale, float your right hand down to frame that knee. So you're now folding your body over the right knee. Noticing how this feels, breathing into whatever sensations arise. And as you inhale, pressing into the right hand to lift your left arm up and over once more, and exhale, float the hand down, we'll take it to the other side. So making space through the right side body now, getting as long as you can from those right fingertips all the way to the right hip. Again, option to look out under the arm. And when you're ready, turning to look down at the left knee, and as you exhale, fold, bringing the right hand down to frame the knee. Inhale, lifts you back up for your side body stretch, and exhale, float the hand down. From here, bring your right hand to rest on the left knee, and twist to look out over your left shoulder, sitting up nice and tall here as you draw your shoulder blades towards one another. And then begin to draw a really big circle with the left arm as you turn to face the front. The left hand rests on the right knee, and then fold with the arms crossed. Let the head be heavy. Slowly rise up, keeping the arms crossed, but release the hands and come into eagle arms. So you're wrapping the forearms, maybe the hands as well. Now if that's too much, you can just bring the forearms to touch. And you can choose to be still here or to add in some gentle movements. Inhaling to lift the elbows and the heart. Exhaling to lower. Gently release and bring your right hand back behind you. Look out over your right shoulder this time. And then drawing a big circle with the right arm until the hand comes to rest on the left knee. Same thing here, fold when you get there. And then inhaling to lift, coming to eagle arms with the other arm on top. Option to just bring the forearms to touch. And you can choose to stay in stillness or to add in that slow, steady movement. Gently release and make your way to a tabletop position. And we're going to take a child's pose. We want to make it an active pose. So bring the toes to tuck underneath, and even tuck the little toes. So you might need to just use your hands just to guide them down onto the mat. And then lower your body down, reaching the arms away from you as you bring your forehead down to the mat. So breathing now into the soles of the feet and the whole of your back. And as we're trying to make this an active pose, see if you can maybe walk the fingers just a tiny bit further away. Deepening that stretch under the arms and the armpits. When you're ready, lifting up to a tabletop position, bringing your hips to stack over the knees, and then walk your upper body forwards, coming into extended puppy dog pose, melting your heart down to the mat. Maybe your forehead comes down, or even your chin if you're feeling really open. And then when you're ready, bringing your hands under the shoulders, coming back to a tabletop position. So from here, lightly engage your core, lift your right knee and begin to draw some big circles with that right knee, breathing into the hip. Slow and steady, draw 3 big circles. And when you've done 3, change direction, go the other way. When you've finished your circles, lower the knee and we'll take it to the left leg. So 3 circles, nice big slow circles. Noticing how it feels. Being really present with the sensations in your body. And then changing direction when you've done 3. And then lower the knees down. Tuck the toes from here, lift the knees, lift the hips, take downward facing dog, and just begin by pedaling through the legs. Giving the hamstrings a chance to wake up. They can often feel really tight first thing in the morning. So when you're ready, come into stillness and give yourself permission to have a bend through the knees here if you wish. Let the head be heavy, gaze towards the navel. On your next inhale, step your right foot forwards, lower the left knee and rise up. Now bring your knee of the right leg to stack over the right ankle. So we're not going for a really deep stretch here, but instead making this right ankle with the knee. And you can have your left toes tucked if that feels more stable, or you can come down onto the top of the foot, whatever feels best for you. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, twist to the right, hooking your left elbow to the outside edge of your right knee. Breathe here. On your next inhale, come back to the center, and exhale, float the hands down to frame the right foot and straighten the right leg as you fold over the leg. So we're keeping the hips lifted here, so we're not collapsing down, but the hips are high. Fold over that leg, breathe into the hamstring. Bend the right knee as you come forwards, plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Step the left foot forwards, coming onto the right knee this time. Hands come to the heart in prayer position. Big inhale through the nose and exhale, twist to the left, hooking the right elbow to the outside edge of your left knee. Inhale to come back to the center and exhale, float the hands down and extend the left leg, straightening the leg and fold. Notice how it feels and where you feel it. Bend the left leg, plant the hands and step it back, downward facing dog. Shake out the head. Find your way into stillness, lift those hips up high. From here, walk the feet towards the hands, taking the feet to about hip distance apart at the top of your mat. And as you inhale, lift up halfway, draw the shoulder blades towards one another as you look ahead. And as you exhale, fold and take hold of opposite elbows, taking Ragdoll Pose. Let the head be heavy. And while you're here in this Ragdoll Pose, remembering that you can have a bend through the knees here if you wish. And try to visualize that you're being lifted by your tailbone. And as you do so, you may notice that your weight tips forwards just a little, deepening your stretch. And you can choose to be still here, or you can sway lightly side to side. Release the hands down to the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. And then roll forwards into a plank position and exhale, lower down to your belly. Sending the arms forwards here so the elbows are under the shoulders. Peel your heart open for Sphinx Pose. So you're just lightly pressing your pubic bone into the mat, creating some length and space here. Shoulders are away from the ears. And on your next exhale, lower down, bring the hands under the shoulders and make your way to downward facing dog. As you inhale, step your right foot forwards to the front of the mat and rise up for warrior one. So for warrior one, your left foot is facing, the toes are pointing out about 45 degrees. Hips face forward, shoulders face forwards, arms reach up overhead. Breathe here. As you exhale, circle the arms back behind you and interlace the fingers. Open your heart. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, fold forwards, coming to rest on your right thigh. Let the head be heavy as you peel the arms overhead, as if they're reaching for the ground in front of you. Keeping the whole of the left sole of the foot connected to the mat. Stepping into that right foot, particularly the right heel, keeping your glute activated. And as you inhale, rise up. Release the hands, reach them up as you inhale. And as you exhale, open up for warrior two. So your left foot is now parallel with the short edge of the mat. Gazing out over your right middle finger, or if you wish, add a chin mudra. So bringing the palms to face upwards and then touching the index finger and the thumb. So chin mudra is really good for helping to give you a little boost in energy and in mood. As you inhale, release your mudra and reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step it back and lower all the way down onto the mat. From here we'll take Locust Pose. You have two options here. You can bring the hands down by your sides with the palms facing up, or you can interlace the hands behind you, roll your shoulders back. Wherever you are, as you inhale, lift your arms, lift your legs, spread your toes. Reaching for the back of the mat with your hands and your feet. Breathe. And exhale, release. Bringing your hands under the shoulders. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Take a big breath in through the nose. A big sigh through the mouth. As you inhale, step the left foot forwards and rise up for warrior one on the other side. Inhale, the arms reach up overhead, and exhale, circle the arms back behind you. Interlace the hands with the other thumb on top. So bringing a little bit of balance to your practice. Take a big breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, fold, coming to rest on that left thigh. Let the head be heavy. Reach your arms away from you. Inhale to lift up, release your arms reach up overhead, and exhale, taking warrior two. Same thing here, option to add a mudra if you wish. Gazing out over the top of your thumb, or if you don't have this mudra, gazing out over your right middle finger. And just be sure while you're in warrior two that you're not reaching forwards, because sometimes I feel that as we're looking out in that direction, we tend to naturally reach. But instead, try and bring your shoulders over your hips. As you inhale, reverse. And exhale, cartwheel the hands. Step it back to a plank position, and we'll take Pigeon Pose. So bring your right knee behind the right wrist with your foot coming out towards the left side of your mat. Walk the left foot back, and then walk your hands towards your body to help you lift your heart. So notice the difference between this and this. And then make sure that both hips are facing forwards. That may mean that you're quite lifted under the right hip. That's totally fine. Just make sure that you're not rolling onto the side of that leg. So we don't want to be collapsing like this. Begin to walk the hands forwards as you lower down. So coming as far as feels good for you. So maybe that's onto the forearms, or you can continue to walk those arms out in front of you and bring your forehead down to the mat. Honor what your body needs today. Lift your head, walk the hands back to the mat, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee as you push into the mat to lift you up. Take downward facing dog and just bump the hips left and right before rounding forwards to a plank and coming into pigeon with the left leg. So left knee behind the left wrist, the foot comes out towards the right. Walk that right leg back and then walk the hands back towards the body, lift your heart. Notice how it feels on this side and breathe. And when you're ready, slowly folding forwards, coming to wherever that sweet spot is for you. Lift your head, walk your hands under the shoulders, tuck the right toes, press into the mat, take downward facing dog, bump the hips left and right. And then lower onto the knees, come to sit down on your mat facing the long side and take your legs out as wide as you can for a good stretch. So don't take them so far that it's painful or that you can't stay there. Instead, find your edge and then flex the feet and spread the toes. Now you may find, if you're rounding through the back here and it's hard to sit up straight, that you will feel better to sit on the edge of a yoga block. So feel free to grab one if you need. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, walk the upper body down, folding as much as feels good for you. So I know that for me, this is a very intense fold, so I don't need to fold too far to really feel it under here. So I'm just going to pause where I find my edge. And then when you get there, breathe, using your breath just to comb through any tightness that you're feeling. Knowing that you can come out of this stretch whenever you need to. Begin to walk the hands back towards the body and bring the sole of the right foot to rest on the inner left thigh. Sit nice and tall and then lower your left elbow and forearm to the inner left leg. As you inhale, reach up and over with the right arm. So we're really trying to keep open through the heart, through the ribs, rather than trying to reach forwards for the toe, which is very closing for the ribs. Instead, we're opening up, breathing space here. And then when you're ready, float the right hand down. We'll take it to the other side. So this time extending your right leg out to the right, bringing the sole of the left foot in, and the right elbow and forearm comes down. Inhale, reach up and over. Noticing how it feels on this side. And release. From here, come to lie down on your back on the mat. And extend your left leg long down on the ground and hug your right knee into the chest. So interlacing the hands over the shin, draw your knee in towards the chest and just pause here. Release, and we'll take it to the other side. So right leg comes down, left knee comes in towards the chest. Pause. This time hug both knees into the chest, so wrapping your arms around your shins, but keep your low back pressing into the mat. Lightly tuck your chin so your neck is long and supported. Breathe here. Release your arms and send your knees over to the right for a twist. So you have some options here. You can bring your right hand to rest on top of the leg, or you can, if you want to take it a bit deeper, you can cross your right leg over the left. Open your arms out to a T and gaze to look out over your left shoulder. Release and unravel the legs. If you've got them crossed, bring the knees in towards the chest and then send them over to the left, finding your variation of this twist. Option to look out over your right shoulder this time. Unravel the legs and bring them back to the center. Bring your hands under the knees and make your way to a seat on your mat. So come to a seated position that's comfortable for you. And we'll take Lotus Mudra. So bring the hands so that the palms are facing one another, bringing the heels of the palm to touch, and then bring the thumbs to touch and the little fingers to touch, whilst keeping the middle fingers out wide, so they're kind of stretching out in the shape of the lotus flower. And then draw your thumbs to just rest on your sternum. Close your eyes, take a big breath in through the nose. Fill all the way up to the top, and when you feel that you can't take in any more breath, exhale, let it go with a big sigh. Empty completely. Coming to breathe now through just the nose. And see if you can bring to mind a sensation and a real feeling of gratitude. Feeling grateful for this moment, for this breath, for this new day. Feeling grateful for your body, for allowing you to move. Feeling grateful for your yoga practice. And feeling grateful for yourself, for just showing up, starting your day, doing something positive for yourself. Breathing in that sense of gratitude. Noticing how it makes you feel. And maybe you'd like to take a moment here just to set yourself an intention to take with you for the rest of your day. When you're ready, bring the palms to touch in prayer position. Lightly bow your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead.